Quality has a name. The appearance of the Mirandesa breed coincides with the place where the second official language of Portugal is spoken, the Mirandês language, virtually the current territory of the municipality of Miranda do Douro. Since immemorial times, this noble cattle breed has differentiated itself and populated these lands, which remained in almost absolute isolation until a few decades ago. From there, the Mirandesa breed expanded itself to the neighboring municipalities of Vimioso, Mugadouro, Bragança, Vinhais and Macedo de Cavaleiros, which have joined the breed geographical implementation area, lands of deep valleys where the breeding cows grazed in their sheltered marshes. In these fields, herds of Mirandesa cows graze, some with a small number of animals which are cared for and treated as members of the family. Apart from the grass, the Mirandesa cows consume a very diverse set of fodder on a daily basis, produced to satisfy their needs when the marshes are dry. Innovation of the younger breeders is joined with the traditional know-how of the less young people. Calves are suckled up until the age of going to the slaughterhouse, which occurs between 5 and 9 months of age. When they are between 3 and 4 months, milk becomes insufficient and they start eating a little of hay and a small amount of concentrated food, produced from noble raw materials at the factory of the Cooperativa Agropecuária Mirandesa, under the strict control of its technicians and of the independent control and certification entity of the Carne Mirandesa. It is through the combination of all these factors, almost primitive genetics, feeding of maternal milk, hay of excellent quality and permanent husbandry care, it is through the combination of all these factors, almost primitive genetics, feeding of maternal milk, hay of excellent quality and permanent husbandry care, that these animals give origin to the famous and much appreciated Posta Mirandesa, a real ex-libris of the region. Thus, the exceptional tenderness and juiciness of the meat should be noted, linked with the aromas and flavors that differentiate it from any other beef in the world. The traceability of the whole circuit, since the birth of the calf to the piece of meat delivered to the final consumer, is complete, safe and definite. This circuit begins with the identification of the newborn, to which 2 ear tags are applied until the age of 8 days. These ear tags will relate it to the mother, father and to all their ascendants through the family tree that the Breeders' Association preserves, taking care of all the records, their veracity and their conservation. The paternity of a substantial percentage of these animals is confirmed through genetic testing. Later, in the slaughterhouses of the breed geographical implementation area, where the slaughters take place, all legal norms with regard to the traceability are observed, which continue in the cutting and packing room that also belongs to the Cooperativa Agropecuária Mirandesa. The breed specificity, quality and genuineness was recognized by European Union through the allocation of a protected designation of origin for the Carne Mirandesa. A recognition that values, protects and at the same time gives guarantees and advantages that are important for breed producers and consumers. The purity of the breed is maintained by the Associação dos Criadores de Bovino de Raça Mirandesa, an association founded in 1989 and which is in charge of the management of the breed herd book since 1992. The Technical Secretariat also develops a work based on the fulfillment of a plan for the conservation and genetic improvement of the breed. The calves are weighed regularly in about 30% of the farms in order to assess their growing capacity. When a young male or female completes 16 months and is pre-selected for breeding, it must be subject to morphological evaluation and classification. It is also at this stage of approval to be a breeder that the bovine is electronically identified with a microchip that will remain in a digestive chamber, getting the breeder identified against any fraud attempt. While the objective of establishing and selecting certain characteristics of the breed, the association carries out a performance test in breeding males in their improvement station at the Zootechnic Center of Miranda do Douro in Malhadas. The animals are pre-selected when they are between 5 and 7 months of age. not only because of their ancestry, but also due to their morphology. They go to the center when they are between 6 and 9 months, making an adjustment period of 4 weeks, which follows the performance test that lasts 4 months in identical conditions of environment, power supply, accommodation, and others. These animals are in the middle of the test that will dictate their destiny. Some will fail and follow to the slaughterhouse, others will be approved and will have a longer life. These 2 bulls have passed the previous test and are ready to move on to a semen collection center. This will enable them to preserve their genes in a stronger way. The jewel of the crown, which makes that the Mirandesa meat arrives in exceptional conditions to the final consumer, is the brand new processing factory located in the industrial area of Vimioso. This factory, with thorough environmental concerns, is largely sustained by a system of green energy. It is equipped with the latest technology, which significantly improves the quality of the products presented to the public, and at the same time multiplies the work and facilitates the processes. This is a factory with a very strict hygiene policy, not only in all the facilities, but mainly with the entire staff who works there. Whenever entering or leaving the service station, it is mandatory to go through this circuit. Boots and hands washing and dry sterilization. Employees only get out after going through this circuit with all the steps and after the machine turns on the green light. They all have a uniform in accordance with their tasks. The carcasses arrive to the factory coming from the slaughterhouses of the region, with which the Mirandesa has agreements. They arrive in refrigerated transport and at the entry weight and temperature control is made. The carcasses spend the minimum time possible in cold chambers, and the red and white entrails are separated, which also await their transformation in selected chambers. The carcasses are then taken to the cutting room, where they are separated into several pieces and cleaned of grease. Then, they follow their way to the vacuum packing and labeling. These parts are separated by category and wait in another refrigeration room for its release for distribution. The white and red offal can be traded fresh packaged or frozen, although the transformation into pre-cooked meals assumes a challenge to the Cooperativa Agropecuária Mirandesa, which presents a set of snack products based on its raw material. But this factory goes beyond these tasks. A series of products of the highest quality are being created here. Some of them are already in the market. For instance, sausages made with the Mirandesa meat, an innovative idea that has refined the consumer's taste and at the same time received good reviews about this high-quality product. We can start by the Mirandês salpicão, a unique blend of Mirandês meat with the grease from the Bizaru pig. The beef flavor is unmistakable, and the Bizaru pig fat gives it the consistency needed to make it unique in the market. The sausage is sold whole or in slices and is properly packed in this facility. Another unique product is the chouriça mirandesa. Prepared in the same way that the salpicão, it is placed in the market in vacuum and with a far more affordable price. The churrasquito transmontano, identified in the market like a typical sausage, presents itself with a unique and unforgettable taste and hardly disassociates from a Mirandesa veal mixed grill. Both meatballs and the Mirandesa meat burgers are another idea that has satisfied the more skeptical ones. Made with 100% of Mirandesa meat, these products are already captivating the market. The alheira made with the Mirandesa meat has also been a great surprise for the consumers. The different and unique menus here elaborated also form a vast array of pre-cooked meals, and this type of light and superiorly made meals have received huge compliments among customers. These are presented in vacuum and with high quality standards. These new facilities of the Mirandesa also have several support rooms: kitchen, dining room, research laboratory, laundry, training room, offices, meeting rooms and reception. From its birth to the final consumer, the Mirandesa meat goes through several processes that defend its specificity with rigor, as well as its recognized quality. This meat of protected designation of origin is born, grows and is improved in the mountain marshes of Trás-os-Montes. Here, the best meat in the world is created and transformed through ancestral knowledge. As it always has been, now using new methods, very strict rules of hygiene and with high requirement standards. Quality meat has a name: Mirandesa meat.